Boxing King Media, powered by BYD. Delighted to be joined by Mr. Ben Shalom, all the way from, I don't know where you are, Ben. There's some big, wild looking building behind you. Looks like a prison.
Yeah, I've been locked up for the for the Harlem EUBANK fight. No, I'm in King's Cross.
All
I'm in
right.
King's Cross at the office.
Well, you started with Harlem. I'll jump straight in and we'll talk about Harlem Eubank. You obviously did an interview a week or so ago and with Boxing Social, and he basically mentioned on there that you promised him numerous dates, but nothing was ultimately done. So he's gone a separate way. So can you give us your version of events? Why was he not given any dates, or why did the dates not?
Oh no, we signed the fight for June 15th. 10 days after we announced, or after Wardley Clark, Adam got injured. Had an ankle injury, informed him of that, had to reschedule. Hoped we could, basically, we were looking at August 31st as possibly the earliest date we could get Adam back. That was going to go on with Wardley Clark at the time. Wardley Clark, Riyadh season showed interest. That's where that fight went. Then we had to find a new home for EUBANK AZIM. And we chose Brighton. And that was part of it because we knew he'd been waiting since Adam's injury, and we knew it was frustrating. And so we're surprised to hear obviously change management and wanted to go in a different direction. But we did absolutely everything we could for that rescheduled date, offered everything under the sun, in terms of to compensate the delay, and put it in his hometown. Adam was we had everything ready to go. But look, I'm never going to speak badly of Harlem. I've got a great relationship with his cousin Chris, and I wish him the best. Every fight can decide what they want, but that fight was signed originally, and then it leaves us with we need to find a big fight. We want a big fight. Adam wants a big fight, and you don't. This is huge, and many people will consider this as a bigger risk, as a tougher test, and a bigger name. And so to get it to the copper box, I think Adam deserves a lot of credit. O'Hara deserves a lot of credit because he at a different stage of his career as well. It's a must-win fight for both of them.
Before I jump onto Harlem, and I just gotta ask you one other thing on the Harlem Eubank fight falling through because there's a big. I know I see that you jumped on Twitter today. Can I confirm that is you on Twitter?
No, I think to be honest, I think it's one of the lads in the office
Is it
trying to get
okay?
me on, so
All
I'm
right.
not on the name.
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like a fake account, but you will have seen online, people's assumptions are that the Harlem Eubank fight was like a PR stunt to kind of like move away from the Dalton Smith fight. So just want clarity from you basically, that it
No,
was
yeah,
intentionally.
of course. Look, I think that everyone involved in the fight know that's that rubbish. Harlem signed for the fight. Adam signed for the fight. Adam got injured. Adam's not going to. I don't know if people suggesting that there was a fake of an injury or anything like that, but it's nonsense. And it's a fight that we did everything to reschedule, and we were willing to go to Brighton. We even done the venue down there, done the artwork, done everything. We could have never expected them to want to go in another direction because of the postponement. And so frustrating how it was, especially at that time, especially when we won a big fight for Adam. I'm really, really proud of the way we worked. Happy to work with Golden Boy and Lee and to turn around such a big fight. And so that's all you can do in that situation. And it really is a big fight.
It definitely is, and I'll be looking at online response and speaking to people, and a lot of people in boxing are saying that this is a harder fight than Harlem Eubank. How did we get to O'Hara Davis, an experienced campaigner at world level, a big puncher? He's had a lot more fights than Adams. I think he's had more knockouts than Adam Zim's had fights.
It's mental, but because Adam's 22, he's already he's already been European champion. He's headlining on Sky Sports. I think sometimes he doesn't get the credit he deserves. A lot of people are always criticizing boxers and always saying, "Is he this? Is he that?" To do what he's done at his age is ridiculous. No short of ridiculous. And so to take a test like this, as you said, guy fought for a world interim fight in his last fight. This is serious levels. A guy that's had serious tests. His two other losses against Josh Taylor, who went on to become one of the most decorated fighters we've ever seen. Jack Cattrall, who arguably is unbeaten other than that controversial loss, and is going from strength to strength. This is a serious operator, a guy that can seriously punch, a guy that knows his way around the ring, a guy that can be awkward. And yeah, it's a tough test. How did we get here? We want a big night. Adam wants a big night. We want a domestic show, domestic blockbuster that fans are crying out for right now. And we get one on October the 19th. And credit to both guys because it really is a great fight.
It definitely is, and I don't think anybody can say, O'Hara's too old or punch resistance or anything like that, because if you look at his record, he's 32, and his only stoppage loss was when he got caught cold early against Barroso, who was a world level puncher. So, a lot of risk involved in this fight. Is it almost like, what is next after this? Because if you beat O'Hara Davies, there's no going back. You're basically fighting everyone that's in the top 10 in the world.
100% you are. I think it's much as the level as it is the profile for Adam. This is a big fight. So we make no mistake, there's still different types of opponents we want him to face. There's still a development journey after this fight. There is. He wants to break records like he broke a record for the European title. He now wants to do it for a world title. So that's what's in his head. This fight is about levels, but it's also about profile. This is about getting huge audience numbers. The interest in this fight from a casual fans by the time it comes around will be off the scale. Coming in off the back of the football, Adam AZIM is widely considered one of the biggest prospects in world boxing in a big test. And a guy that's going to play the part. O'Hara Davies knows how to sell a fight. And I saw a tweet from him and it's saying, I think it was like, what more do fans want? O'Hara gives us great fights. He goes into great tests. He creates drama. He creates entertainment, and he's taking a big risk as well here. Like, make no mistake, they both are. And so it's just a huge fight for Adam AZIM, and it's one that will capture the imagination of the public and could give him that springboard now to, yes, go to the next level boxing terms, but from a profile sense as well.
What kind of belts are we expecting to be on the line? Is any straps up, and is it a 12 rounder?
It'll be over 10 rounds. We'll announce on the press conference next Tuesday all the details of the card, the bout, the titles, the undercard as well. All I can say is it's going to be a huge night, and I think 19th of October at the Copper Box will be absolutely rocking with Adam AZIM fans and general boxing fans that want to just come and see a great night. And as I say, I think there's been a lot of talk about these big British nights not happening at the moment, and this is certainly one of those.
Indeed, it is. And just moving on with regards to, I know this is the first show you've announced, after the summer break. How many more dates could we expect, and when would them announcements be?
I think obviously September 21st and October 12th, Riyadh season events had to take a lot of attention. We've got 6 fighters in career-defining fights on those cards. Then obviously the week after October 19th now, which has been taken a while to get over the line. Now we're looking at the rest of the schedule. Expect to announce a November date soon, and then have a really strong end to the year. But look, we've done a huge amount of shows from January to June in this country, a huge amount of domestic blockbusters, and that's what we want to do for the rest of the year. But with Riyadh season now, the landscape's changing. Boxing fans are just spoiled for choice. Hopefully news to announce soon on Chris Bill Smith as well. And there's just a lot going on right now. And it's amazing to see, to be honest, Gore, because a lot of these fighters have been with us for the start and almost gone through the journey together and tried to build together and took a lot of faith. And so to see them now in these world title fights, in these big nights, in these big main events, it's a really feels like a real mark in time change as a promotional business, from building to now being able to deliver our guys at the very biggest level. And yeah, it's a whirlwind at the moment. We want to get the UK shows back in the rhythm, but we're delighted to and grateful to be part of boxing at this special time, because what Riyadh season are doing is genuinely incredible.
It is, and one of the fight I want to speak to you about, Billy Joe Saunders did an interview with Umar at Box Nation, and he suggested that the Chris Eubank fight is like 90 odd percent done. Uh, can you give us any, is there any truth in that? What's the latest?
If Billy Joe comes back, and I still it's in Billy Joe's hands as to whether he will, then that fight will happen because both guys just seem to have such a dislike for each other that they scrap whether it was in the car park or in the ring. So it will happen, but Billy obviously needs to come back first, and that's something that's in this that only he can decide.
Okay. I spoke to Chris Eubank last week, and I asked him why he signed with you over potentially anybody else. And I quote, he said that he trusts you more than all the other promoters. I don't know if you saw that or not. What did you make of him saying that?
Obviously, it's nice to hear. I think the fighters that are with you, you hope that that there is that relationship, and yeah, it's great to hear. I think some fighters get on with certain promoters, and other fighters get on with other promoters. Sometimes you just click with a person, and for me, taking relationships out of point out of it from a commercial point of view, he's the biggest star outside the heavyweight division, in my opinion, in this country. And so by quite a long way. And he's a proven standalone pay-per-view star. And yeah, great to hear that. But now for us, it's about delivering the big fights, and that's what we want to do. And we're proud to represent someone like Chris Eubank Jr. We really are.
Indeed, Brent, appreciate your time. Unless you've got any other news or any exclusives you want to drop, I think we're done.
No, good. Just October 19th. Anyone that's a boxing fan, or the AZIM fans, this is a massive, massive fight for your boy. It's a huge fight for British boxing. It's going to be a big undercard there that we'll announce next week, press conference next week, which I'm sure will be interesting with O'Hara. And yeah, just delighted to get that over the line and have another big domestic night to look forward to. And then the Riyadh season events coming up. Thank you to His Excellency for putting them on. Just as a fan, I'm just happy to have a ticket. I'm happy to go and see what will be incredible, incredible 2 nights of boxing. So yeah, a lot to
And
look forward
Oasis.
to. Pardon, and Oasis,
Yeah.
exactly. I think that it's saying that it is uncanny that suddenly they got to back together as soon as Turkey got involved. It's mental, but that's what's happening right now, and yeah, looking forward to it.
I think it's the Riyadh season effect. They're making promoters work together and they're bringing Oasis back together. So Ben, appreciate your time, and I'll see you next Tuesday.
Top man,
That sounds
thank
really bad.
you.
I just said see you next Tuesday. I actually meant Tuesday. All right, thank you.